The rhythm of Europe's seasons is changing. For generations, we've relied on predictable cycles: winter's chill, spring's thaw, summer's warmth, autumn's retreat. But now, winters arrive with unfamiliar moods, sometimes mild, sometimes fierce. This shift is a reminder that our climate is a vast, interconnected system. As winter 2025 approaches, scientists are looking not to the Arctic, but to the Pacific Ocean. There, a powerful phenomenon, La Niña, is stirring, with the potential to reshape weather across the globe. For Europe, La Niña often means a break from quiet, frosty winters, bringing rain, wind, and flooding instead. The cooling of Pacific waters triggers a chain reaction, altering the jet stream and opening the door for relentless Atlantic storms. This is how a distant ocean event can define a European winter. Understanding these forces helps us prepare for the challenges ahead. To understand Europe's coming winter, we must journey to the equatorial Pacific. Here, the El Niño Southern Oscillation, or ENSO, swings between El Niño, neutral, and La Niña phases. La Niña, Spanish for the little girl, is marked by a significant cooling of the central and eastern Pacific. Stronger trade winds push warm water west, allowing cold, nutrient-rich water to surface. This vast pool of cool water chills the air above, reducing evaporation and rain clouds in the Pacific. The result? A domino effect that shifts global air currents, including the jet streams that steer weather. La Niña's reach is global. It can bring drought to North America, floods to Asia, and stormy winters to Europe. It's a natural, recurring cycle, but its impacts are profound. Understanding La Niña is the first step in preparing for what it may bring. It's late November 2025, and all eyes are on the Pacific. Satellite data and climate models point to a high probability, over 70%, that La Niña will be active by December. This isn't guesswork. It's the result of months of observation and analysis. Trade winds are strengthening, and Pacific waters are cooling. Multiple independent forecasts agree. La Niña is on the way as Europe enters winter. This gives us a rare window of foresight. Governments, businesses, and individuals can prepare for a season shaped by La Niña's influence. The message is clear. Europe should brace for a distinct and challenging winter. When La Niña takes hold, it alters the North Atlantic jet stream, the main driver of Europe's winter weather. Instead of a varied pattern, the jet stream becomes a conveyor belt for storms aimed at northern Europe. Countries like the UK, Ireland, France, and Scandinavia face wetter, stormier winters. Storms arrive in quick succession, leaving little time for the ground to dry. The result: persistent rain, saturated ground, and a heightened risk of flooding. Rivers swell, low-lying areas flood, and the landscape becomes sodden. Winds are stronger and more frequent, especially along coasts. These gales can damage infrastructure and disrupt transport. It's less about snow and frost, more about battling relentless rain and wind. La Niña winters test Europe's resilience against the elements. A typical European winter is a mix: cold snaps, dry spells, and the occasional storm. This variety allows the land to recover between bouts of bad weather. Under La Niña, however, the pattern shifts. Low pressure dominates and breaks between storms are rare. Rainfall can surge 20 to 30% above average in Western and Northern Europe. Snow becomes scarce, replaced by rain that runs off quickly, raising flood risks. The constant wetness makes travel hazardous for weeks, not just days. Landslides and flooding become more common, especially in vulnerable areas. Persistent winds disrupt aviation and ferry services. Instead of short, sharp disruptions, La Niña brings a long, grinding battle with the weather. It's a relentless season, demanding constant adaptation. History shows us what La Niña winters can bring. In 2010-11, after an early cold snap, the UK and Western Europe saw relentless rain and storms from January to March. The 2007-08 winter was also stormy, with above-average rainfall and frequent gales. Storm Paula in January 2008 battered coasts from Ireland to Germany. In 1998-99, France, the UK, and the Netherlands endured one of their wettest winters on record. Rivers ran high for months, and agriculture suffered into spring. These events aren't just stories, they're data that validate today's forecasts. The pattern is clear. La Niña brings milder, wetter, stormier winters to northern and western Europe. The past offers a blueprint for what to expect and a warning to prepare. La Niña's peak coincides with Europe's busiest travel season, the holidays. Storms and strong winds mean more flight delays and cancellations, especially at major hubs. Even routine flights can face turbulence, diversions, or extended travel times. Train travel isn't immune. Heavy rain can trigger landslides and flooding, blocking key routes. In the UK, vital rail lines are especially vulnerable to repeated closures. On the roads, constant rain reduces visibility and increases accident risks. Flooded roads force detours, turning short trips into long ordeals. The combination of heavy traffic and bad weather makes for a stressful, unpredictable journey. Holiday travel becomes a test of patience and planning. This winter, flexibility and caution are essential for safe journeys. With a wet, stormy winter ahead, preparation is key. Homeowners clear gutters, check roofs, and ensure drains are free of debris. If you're in a flood-prone area, know your risk and prepare a flood kit, essentials, documents, and medication. Consider flood barriers for doors and air bricks. For travel, book flexible tickets and allow extra time for delays. Drivers, check tyres, wipers, and keep your car winter ready. Stay informed, monitor weather and flood alerts. Avoid unnecessary travel during storms and never drive through floodwater. Sensible precautions can prevent major problems. Preparation shifts us from enduring the weather to actively managing it. Stay safe, warm and dry this season. A long, wet winter may seem daunting, but it's also a chance to adapt. La Niña reminds us of our planet's interconnectedness, how distant oceans shape our daily lives. Our ability to forecast and prepare is a testament to human ingenuity. Adaptation means more than flood barriers. It's about changing habits and expectations. Check on neighbours, find comfort indoors, and appreciate the drama of the season. Wet winters replenish reservoirs and nourish the land for spring. By understanding the why behind the weather, we replace anxiety with purpose. This season is a test, but one we can meet together. By preparing and supporting each other, we'll weather the storms and welcome the return of sunny days.